over $1 billion stolen from banks, and for 2 years, nobody had a clue. 100+ financial institutions hit, government scrambling, and the hackers? Still invisible. One phishing email, one open attachment, the whole thing starts there. They called it the great bank robbery of the modern era. And they weren't wrong. Their goal? Steal as much as possible. And they largely accomplished that. Russia, 2014. The cybercrime landscape is shifting fast, and most banks don't know it yet. Kaspersky Labs, the world's biggest private cybersecurity firm, is about to get a very strange call. The Carbanak Group had been operating in the shadows since at least 2013. Patient, methodical, their targets. Banks across Russia, Europe, Asia, Africa, and the US. Nothing was off limits. The domain controller, the single most powerful server in any bank. Control it, you control everything. In the middle of the night, a Russian bank employee calls Kaspersky, and he's barely holding it together. He won't say what's wrong on the phone. He thinks it's bugged. He wants a face-to-face now. The domain controller of one of Russia's largest banks was sending data to unknown servers in China. Kaspersky's team arrives and starts scanning every machine connected to the bank's internal network. VNC screen sharing software installed on multiple machines. Nobody at the bank put it there. One analyst opens a blank Word doc and types, "Hello," then waits. And waits. The computer starts typing on its own. "Hello, you won't catch us. I'll be honest." That's chilling. The phishing email looked completely legitimate. A fake customer, a real-looking document, that's all it took. The attached Word file had malware baked in. One click, and the VNC backdoor installs silently. This is spear phishing, not a random blast. Targeted. Crafted to fool a specific person. From that first machine, the malware spreads, infecting the rest of the network one node at a time. The hackers slow the admin computer down, flooding it with background processes. A trap set in plain sight, IT support is called. They type the admin password, and a keylogger captures every single keystroke. Now they're in. Admin access. Full network. The entire bank is compromised, and nobody knows. Phase 3. They don't strike yet, they watch. For months, a shadow employee inside the bank. Every protocol, every workflow, every transfer routine recorded and memorized. Then, the robbery starts. First method, impersonating senior staff and sending swift wire transfers. Second method, the bank's e-payment system. Funds routed to mule accounts, mostly in China and the US. Money mules, henchmen, stationed at the accounts, waiting to empty them before anyone notices. Third method, and this is pure Hollywood. They remotely control ATMs and make them spit cash on command. Fourth method, find accounts with small balances, inflate them, pocket the difference quietly, except they slip up. An old Russian man goes to bed with 34 rubles and wakes up with 10 million. The bank thinks it's their own error. No investigation launched. The hackers dodge a bullet, just barely. Forensics can't trace the $9 million stolen from this bank. The money is gone, case put on hold. Eugene Kaspersky travels to a cybersecurity conference in Singapore. He's about to learn this goes way deeper. Europol confirms it. They've seen these exact attacks on European banks too. This isn't isolated. They formed the JCAT, the Joint Cyber Crime Action Task Force. Banks, Europol, intelligence agencies, all in. FBI, CIA, Romanian, Russian, Moldovan intel agencies all converge on the same invisible enemy. A Kaspersky analyst spots a tiny mistake buried in the Carbanak code. One small flaw. That's the thread. The flaw lets them probe the Carbanak command and control server, but they don't know where it is. So they scan the entire internet, every single server, for 2 days straight. It's insane. And it works. After 2 days, the Carbanak C2 server responds, it's alive, and they've found it. The server is in the Netherlands, the second best connected country in the world for IT infrastructure. Dutch police seize the server. Experts analyze it. What they find changes everything again. The C2 server logs reveal $700 million stolen from banks across every continent. Every country, basically. Bangladesh, India, China, Africa, the USA, Carbanak had been everywhere. The scale is staggering. Investigation escalates. The JCAT feeds intel to FBI, CIA, Interpol. Resources pour in, pressure mounts. Then, silence. The Carbanak group just stops. Goes dark for months. Waiting. Taiwan, 2016. The group resurfaces, business as usual. But two mules are about to blow everything. A local Taiwanese resident walks toward the ATM. The two mules panic and flee, fast. They left 60,000 NT dollars sitting in the ATM. That's what blows the whole operation open. The resident alerts police. Within hours, the incident is all over Taiwanese news. The clock starts ticking. One bank reports 70 million NT dollars withdrawn illegally across 34 ATMs in Taipei and Taichung. 500 officers comb CCTV footage across the city. The Taiwanese police work fast, extremely fast. 22 suspects identified, mostly Russians, the rest from Eastern Europe. 19 have already fled Taiwan. 3 remain, alone in Taiwan, with millions in cash, and every cop in the country looking for them. Andreas Perkodovs, Latvian, alleged operation leader, sees his face on national TV and panics. Perkodovs heads for the mountains near Donghu Park in Taipei and buries 2 bags of cash. The other 2 store their cash in luggage lockers at Taipei main station, then wait. 2 men fly in from Eastern Europe, pick up the luggage calmly, head back to their hotel, unaware. What they don't know? Hundreds of officers have tracked them through the entire city's CCTV network. The suspects leave luggage in their hotel room and go downstairs to have brunch. Completely relaxed. Police move in. 2 arrested at the restaurant table. Perkodovs captured the same day, same operation. The first arrests in the Carbanak case. The Taiwanese police did what nobody else managed to do. But these were henchmen, low level. They didn't know who ran the operation. The leaders were still out there. Spain, 2018. A separate investigation into money laundering crosses paths with the Carbanak trail. Spanish investigators track a money laundering ring and stumble onto a Ukrainian client named Dennis K. Dennis K., Ukrainian cyber specialist, links to Russian and Moldovan mafia, coordinating attacks since 2013. The deal: the mafia supplied the money mules. Dennis K. kept 60% and handed 40% back to them. 2018, Alicante. Spanish police and Interpol raid Dennis K.'s property. What they find is a lot. Boxes of jewelry, 2 BMWs, and 15,000 Bitcoin, worth $150 million at the time. Just sitting there. Dennis K. and 3 associates arrested in Alicante in 2018. 4 people, 4 arrests, $1 billion. The rest of the $1 billion? Never found. Kaspersky believes many more people are still involved. Okay, and here's the thing. The group never really stopped. They just changed names. IFIN7, Cobalt Spider, Joker Stash. Same techniques, different branding, still stealing, still active. Taiwan's police proved something. Even the most sophisticated cybercrime groups can be tripped by human error. A stressed phone call, a VNC program nobody installed, a Word document. That's how the trail began. The Netherlands server seizure cracked the global scope of the case wide open. Over 100 banks confirmed hit. Interpol, FBI, CIA, the entire global intelligence machine mobilized. 2 years of hunting. Dennis K. was allegedly the ringleader, but Kaspersky says there are more still unidentified. The money mules were caught, the server was seized, but the architecture of the operation survived. The group rebranded. Fin7 went on to attack U.S. restaurant chains, hotels, casinos. Same playbook. The $1 billion total is what investigators confirmed. The real figure? Likely higher. Way higher. Banks worldwide updated security protocols. SWIFT implemented stricter controls. It was too late for many. The Carbanak malware? Still being studied by researchers today? New variants keep emerging. This wasn't a rogue hacker in a basement. This was a full criminal enterprise, structured like a corporation. They used patience as their primary weapon. Months of watching. That's what makes this so disturbing. Spear phishing remains the #1 entry point for major corporate hacks to this day. One email, that's all. Carbanak changed how the world thinks about cybersecurity in banking. The industry was never the same after. The great bank robbery of the modern era. $1 billion, hundreds of institutions, and mostly still unsolved.